Welcome to another Relax and Paint. Thank you for coming on with me today. This is the week of Mother's Day. Actually, Mother's Day just passed a couple days ago, but I was still thinking about sweet things to paint on a greeting card or for friends that you would like to give a pretty little painting to, or your mom. You can still give your mom. I used to give mom little fun things all year round, and before she passed away. I am thrilled to be with you today and to share with you another lesson that relaxes you, and hopefully you enjoy painting with me. Okay, so good morning, and depending on when you watch this, I hope you enjoy what I'm teaching. And I just want you to know that you can go to onestrokeallspelledout.com for any of the supplies I share with you. All right, so be sure to watch to the end, because I'm always teaching you little techniques and things that will help brighten your day when you paint something with me. All right. Thank you very much for being on, and let's get started. Okay. I'm using multi-surface paint. So we are using folk art multi-surface, and it's perfect for my technique because it's thicker. It's got pure pigmented colors. It's got a sealer in it. So this one paint, you can just paint on anything, almost glass, ceramic, metal, wood. I paint all through my house on mirrors and glass and just fun things, and outdoors for terracotta pots and all. It's just a really all around great paint, and it's called multi-surface paint. And I use, I think if you look at my site, there's a special for around 20-ish paints that are my most used paints. So if you're on with me, these will be paints that would work for you for a lot of the things I'm going to be teaching you. I am using floating medium, which is this folk art floating medium. It's made to work with this paint, and we don't use water because we want it to be to blend, shade, and highlight as you stroke. So if it's watery, then it's going to be thin and go muddy. All right. So the medium's the clear stuff, because most people say, what's that clear stuff? And I do say it, but I say we're using floating medium, but sometimes you don't catch it. Okay. So I've got some bright, pretty colors. I'm going to do this mason jar that you saw when you clicked on this, and it has some flowers in it. So let's get started. All right. So I'm going to go to the overhead camera so that I can get a little bit closer. There we are. All right, so I'm on art paper today. Now, I want you to know I do use art paper because I have so many paintings, and instead of canvas all the time. But this is like 180. Oops, it's not coming up here. Wait a minute. There we go. I want you to see that this is multimedia. This is tans. All right, but this is 184 pound. And there's 15 sheets in here. So it paints really pretty. Look at this. It's showing you how you can use pastels and all on it. There's all kinds of things that you can paint on this, and it doesn't warp. It doesn't beat up with water, like warp up. And so it's really wonderful. So the colors I'm using are lime green, sap green, citrus or lime, magenta and white, wicker white, aqua. And then I put some bark brown. Let me make sure. Yeah, bark brown. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to work on a mason jar, and I'm going to do the lip of the jar, and I'm going to come down hopefully so you can see it a little better. All right. And so I'm just using a number 2 lead pencil. It's a mechanical pencil, and I'm going to come down. And I want it a little bit to look like it's leaning. So I would come in just a little bit and come up with a curve here. Okay. All right. Now there's jute or whatever in here. And then it's going to have that jute's going to hold right here. I'm going to do a nail. All right. I'll do a nail. And then I'm going to hang this jute around here and back down, and then everything else I'm going to paint. Okay, I'm going to have a water line down here a little bit. Okay, So I'm gonna get the aqua. I put my pencil in the water. Okay, so I'm gonna get the 3/4 inch flat and I'm wet my brush first, lay it on the paper towel. I have my floating medium here. And the first thing I'm gonna do is the back layer. All right, the back layer of aqua. All right. Okay, so we're gonna come right across here. And down. All right, so I'm coming straight down. And this is the underneath underneath color. And so I am using a little bit of aqua with floating medium. So it looks a little watercolory. Give you that watercolor effect. And then I'm going to come down here. Okay, so, and then I'm going to come right here. And I'm just going to do the back line of water. And then we're going to come back and put this front line later. Okay. All right. So I can't do it with water probably on paper, but you can wipe off a little bit of the paint if it's not working there for you. Okay. All right. So then I'm going to take a 12 flat and I'm going to get the wicker white and the brown. Okay. And I'm going to come along here and along here. I would also do some of this right here because it's twine, right? Kind of going around here. And I'll wrap it again. Okay. But then what I want to do is I just side loaded a little bit of white. All right. So what's happening here is a little bit of the white coming down, which will give you that look, a little bit of twine. And you can put this on all kinds of backgrounds. You can make it look like it's a planked piece of wood. I just want you to see if you get just a colored card. And then you just add this little mason jar on it. And you're ready to paint. It works really beautiful. All right. So now what I want to do is come inside and you want the stems first in here. So if you see this, I'm going to get sap and lime. Right back and forth with the 12 flat. I'm going to dip a little bit of white. Okay. And I'm going to pull this up and then break and come out the other side. Normally, I wouldn't have put that jute in there, the string, until after I pull all these stems up. But I wanted to see where it's going to go and show you that clearly before a lot of other stuff is in here. All right. So we're just putting maybe 4 little stems. Okay. All right. So that's on the chisel edge. All right. Now, one thing that needs to happen is I'm going to get these 2 colors still and I'm going to slip, slap, but I want all of this to dry before I put anything on top. So I'm taking the corner of the brush and I'm doing slip, slap, slip, slap. in the background. And because it's paper, it's going to suck it up really good, pretty fast. Okay, and I like this base to be in here because you have to see dark to see light. So it's going to kind of make it look really, it's going to bring the color out better. And so there's some little leaves, and I just keep getting the two green colors. And I want just a few, like if I'm coming down here, I'm coming down here with a couple of these blossoms. It's kind of nice to see what happens there. So I'm going to pick up a little bit of white on that lime green edge. All right. There we go. See little long slender leaves. So I push, slide, and stand up. And that gives you this great look. All right. So just little bright greenery. Look, I'm going to come up here. A little bit of green there. Just put a little bit of green up here. Okay. There we go. All right. So just a little bit. You can see that the cord's there. All right. So this is pretty dry. I'm just checking to see if it's dry before I put anything else here. So what I'm going to do is pick up some white and aqua. Actually, I'm going to do medium first, because if I just cover this with medium, so see, pick up that medium and white, and then we're just putting that glaze right over the stems. All right. Okay. And you can put any kind of, you can put different words or stuff on here, but what I wanted you to see is that I'm coming across the front and that's in the back, kind of. All right, then I'm gonna pick up and put a little bit of white right here. All right, and then look, I'm curving and I'm gonna take my little finger and pull down. And I'm just gonna pull some little bit there. There we go. So one thing I did was take this 3/4, take some medium and grab a little bit of white. And I'm just gonna pull up. I'll try to get this so you can see it. I'm gonna pull. Okay. Okay. All right. So you could write on here, what's some other stuff? They said mason ball and pint mason. Huh. I don't think I'm gonna put anything in there. I'm gonna just let a flower hang kind of pretty. All right, so let's go back over here. Because right now we're gonna focus on two things. I need to have a nail. So I'm gonna take a teeny bit of licorice. Okay, so some medium, a little bit of white with the licorice. Okay, so I'm going to come here. That is not a good brush, sorry. It's got wild hairs. So I'm going to get my 2. And then I'm going to put this in here. And what I did do is take a little bit of white. So you see the nail head. But I need to put this brown right in there because it needs to rest on top of there. Okay. All right. So I am looking for a little bit smaller brush. So I'm going to use an 8. All right. And I'm going to take magenta. I'm going to bring some white over here and get some magenta. And I'm going to keep coming in that one spot, guys, and picking up color. All right. So the first thing I want to do is come up here and do the back petals. So then I can come up here in front and do some small petals. All right, so let's go a little bit lower. All right, I'm going to pick up magenta and some fresh white. And then right here, it's got like a trumpet. See that? Okay, so then I'm thinking you can't see the back of this one. So this is just the front petals. All right, so the back's underneath. I want to make sure I come back over here again. This one I do want that way. All right. Now, okay. Over here. And I think I could even use a little bit right in here. So let's bring this here just to take away from the whole jar look. I think that'll add to it. And then I'm going to get magenta and white again. There. All right. So there's different ways that you're looking at the flower, right? So then up here, I'm going to do some of these where you're just seeing the front. All right, so see a few other ones. Now these in here, I'm going right on top of the dark green because what I need to see is really pretty blossoms. But see how I left a little bit of the dark in the middle and a little bit here. So the key is to get this nice bright white. And you know what? I can use different colors in the center of this. But what I think I'm going to do is finish a little bit of my green going up in here. Citrus and sap. And come right here. A little bit of sap up here. Okay. All right, put a little bit of green. All right, a little bit more. Now, all I'm going to do now is have just a couple little leaves where I'm pushing. Watch this. I'm pushing, pushing, lifting, and see how bright those are. Push, push, push. And I just put a few of those in here. See how that bright green just makes it pop a little bit on this background. There we go. Right, and that kind of fun. So let's look at what we got here. And I can kind of write ball in there if I want to. So I'm really going to make it a #2 script liner with a little bit of aqua and white. And I can come right here. All right, just a little bit of writing. Okay. There we go. A little bit of our rim on this ball jar. I hope you had fun with this. I kind of like playing around, creating. Hope you do too. All right. And what I will do sometimes is write that and then do a wash over it so it doesn't stick out really bad. All right. So then I'm going to, I've got my kiss tool here. Where is it? Right here. This is also on my website. It's like looks like a kiss, a candy kiss. And I just dip it in my colors and it's rubber. So it makes really nice dots. But you have to go into fresh paint. And these could be yellow or aqua actually, or this lime green. Or actually you can put some white in here too. All right. All right, this rubber tip was wonderful. And these were, I think they're under $4. So it makes it really a fun little tool to have. I love tools. I don't know about you. I just think they're great. So I'm going to take and dot a few aqua in here. Just a few. There we go. And I'm going to sign it, and there we are. So see. All right. Have a great day. Make sure you watch Friday when we're doing practice strokes. And I give you homework to do each week so you get better and better. Here we go. Have a good day. Bye-bye.